Thursday because we are back with another episode of Retail Media Thursdays. My name is Michelle Irwin, VP of Marketing at Sky, and today I'm really excited to be meeting with Rebecca Clark, Head of Performance Media at Kinase. Becky, it's so nice to meet you. Welcome to Retail Media Thursdays.
Thank you so much. It's really good to be here. Very exciting.
Do you want to introduce yourself and tell a bit more about your role at Kinase?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Head of Performance Media here at Kinase. I've been working here for about 2.5 years, but before that I worked more traditionally in the social space in big network agencies like Publicis Group. So I was there for several years, but now I've really found my independent agency roots and I've moved to a fully cross-channel role across all of our departments here at Kinase, which I'm loving.
It's probably a big difference from the HOCO world.
Yes, it is. And it's definitely a big difference as well for me to go from a pure social and video role, spanning now more to search and retail media, but a very exciting transition nonetheless.
Very exciting. What's been your peak of the week?
I've got a really good one. I'm sorry for everybody else that's ever done this podcast before because mine is the best by far, but I got a kitten on Sunday. We can put a snap in of her at the end. She is just phenomenal. So obviously it's my peak of the year, not of the week, but yeah.
We will definitely put a snap of her. What's her name?
Fregola, which everyone's like, what does it mean? It's a tiny pasta from Sardinia because we just went on a holiday there and it had to be done. And she looks like that, so it makes sense.
That's very Beckham-esque.
Don't say that. Well, maybe. Maybe we can be Posh Spice vibes, that's okay.
So which pub are we in today and why did you choose this one?
We are in the Fox in Old Street. We chose it, well, number one, because it's very close to our brand new office, which is just around the corner on Stratton Street, and also perfect for me because I live very close to here, about 20 minutes walk in East London, which is by far superior to West London. Sorry everybody who lives in West London, but it's the best.
Well, I'm leaving because I live in Southwest.
Oh no! Okay, well we can still be friends.
But yeah, Battle of London.
Exactly. But no, East London is vibing, guys.
You heard it here first. So let's get to the retail media questions.
Yes.
Kinase, you've been one of our longest standing clients, I think, in search and social, very well known in that space. Probably not so much in retail media. Do you want to explain what you do around retail media?
Yeah, of course. So as you mentioned, search and social has kind of always been our cornerstone of advertising. However, e-com represents quite a large section of our client base, and obviously there's so many amazing opportunities within retail media for that vertical. Most of our e-commerce clients have dabbled in retail media with us over the years, and we have a very long-running retail media client, which we run together with Sky. And as I said, even though our experience lays mostly within search and social, we're always looking for new opportunities to grow for ourselves and for our clients. And I think retail media is just one of the most exciting opportunities around at the moment. It's also a very hot topic internally at Kinase. And especially with our partnership with Sky, because we're looking at a lot of direct opportunities with Sky where we can partner with yourselves to help offer retail media to clients with an agency perspective to help kind of contain and strategize their brand. So it's a very exciting time.
It is very exciting, and I think as you start to see the connectivity between these three channels, it just makes total sense for you to expand into that space.
100%, because if you forget about retail media, then you're missing a key piece of the puzzle and you're missing out on a really core percentage of sales as a potential for your clients. So yeah, it's foolish to forget about it.
Yeah. So you work with a lot of clients, as you said, search and social, in verticals that don't sell on Amazon, like travel, for example. Are these clients starting to ask you questions about the opportunities of retail media networks for them, and how do you approach this from your perspective?
Yeah, definitely, that's a good question. So I think even for clients that haven't traditionally been able to advertise on retail media, so as you mentioned, travel clients, and one of our longest running clients within the agency is a travel client. And although it wouldn't have been traditionally an avenue they could explore, with recent changes to retail media and then becoming more similar to social commerce and more video focused, that's definitely an area we're looking to explore with our clients. I think even when they haven't asked about retail media, every single one of our clients is looking for ways to expand their growth and to drive efficiencies as much as they can. And this is an area that you need to consider retail media for. Across all of our clients, though, we're always creating kind of custom growth plans, and we've created a digital maturity framework here at Kinase, and retail media makes up a part of that, where we're looking for ways to grow and progress clients' digital maturity against key pillars. So watch this space because you'll probably see more about it soon.
So you mentioned social commerce ads there. We do this State of Retail Media study every year, and the brands that answered it this year were saying that increasingly search shopping ads and social commerce ads are becoming part of their retail media program. They're linking out from the likes of Facebook to Amazon, for example. Is that a strategy that you would recommend for brands driving to a retailer site versus their own brand.com site? And how can you actually measure the impact of doing that?
Yeah, so this is a really interesting question, and it's one we've definitely delved into a lot in strategic work for our clients that operate on retail media. And what we found is that when launching new products, having search shopping ads directing to retailer sites as opposed to brand.com is vital, because you need that critical mass of traffic, sales and reviews before products will perform well organically on retailer sites. But it's always a tricky balance between getting the right amount of spend to retailer and brand.com, and it's something that we always strategize on for each client individually. I think in terms of measurement, again, there's not really a one size fits all answer here, because every client has very different factors to consider when looking at measurement, and we always recommend bespoke measurement strategies for every single client. And I think using tools like incrementality testing, especially with Sky's tool Impact Navigator, is really vital when you look at that, so you can see the true value of each channel, and that may be brand.com versus retailer, but it also can be different channels within the search and social space and how they play together in operating as sales for a client. So that's a really interesting question.
It is, and we're seeing lots of clever stuff across all of our client base at the moment with other things like Amazon attribution,
exactly,
other kind of measurement tools. It's definitely an area of interest right now.
Yes, absolutely.
So the other thing we're seeing a lot of interest in right now is these kind of increasing partnerships between the likes of Amazon and social media sites like Pinterest, for example, which they've announced recently. We were also seeing Amazon launch more upper funnel ad types, so things like Fire, DSP, all the audio ads, you name it, they've got it. Is this causing any conflict with those social teams that you work with? Like, you've come from a social background.
Well, this is actually a perfect question for me with my social background, but what I would say is absolutely not. So the way that we've always encouraged budgets here at Kinase, but also at other agencies I've worked at where we look at social, is you should see social ad spend or social and video ad spend as one kind of big pot of budget, and we try to remove clients from a view of seeing segmented sections of budget, and what we try and identify is any performance avenues or growth avenues for each client. So to have more avenues to play on for social, that can only benefit that way of thinking. So we haven't seen any conflict. If anything, we've seen more opportunity and more interesting ways of seeing clients' path to growth and ways to advertise their brand. I think what's more important is them, rather than thinking of opportunities on specific channels, is thinking of the best place to reach your audience and to tell a cohesive story about your brand across as many different touch points as you can. So as I said, having more retail media space to play in, even from a more traditionally social background, is actually really exciting.
Yeah, it's all about, it doesn't matter which channel it is, as long as it's about the customer experience, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Okay, we're done with the retail media portion of the interview, but now it's for the hard bit.
The quick fires, let's go.
Okay, so we were just talking before this. You're obviously a very big reality TV fan.
Yes.
Love Island or X on the Beach?
Oh my God, definitely Love Island. Although the thing is, it takes over your summer. So I didn't actually watch it this summer, but always I'm a Love Island fan.
Big Brother or Dancing on Ice?
Oh, definitely Big Brother. And I will absolutely be watching the relaunch this year.
And that's about the knowledge of my reality TV, so I'm going to have to think of another topic.
No, then leave it there. Yeah. Only one reality TV question is good.
So we took some of your team recently to Pub in the Park, and Ronan Keating was playing.
Was he? I didn't know that.
Can you name any other members of Boyzone?
I actually can't.
You're as young as the rest of your team then, Becky.
I actually can't, I'm sorry.
We're getting closer to Christmas. When do you start your Christmas shopping?
Oh, that's an exciting one. For me, I'm a Christmas-aholic. I absolutely love it, and I always think any opportunity is a good opportunity for self-gifting and for gifting friends and family. So I'm literally I was looking at my sister's Christmas present last weekend, guys, so that's beginning of September, so very early.
Although this will come out in November, so...
I start very early with Christmas shopping.
And when do the decorations go up?
Well, because, as you may have heard earlier in the interview, I've just got a brand new kitten, we're now having a big debate in our household, Christmas tree or no Christmas tree, because they're essentially like a giant cat toy. So this year there may be no Christmas tree, but there will absolutely be Christmas vibes. I have fairy lights in my house all year round, so they're there currently.
Well, it was so lovely to meet
Thank you.
I know we're spending the
you
afternoon together now, so looking forward to that. But cheers.
Cheers.